Okay, so like I was saying, it is not about like no. Okay, it was Jordan complaints mixed with Allen Iverson's skill. Because when Allen Iverson made that fool of Jordan with that crossover brung to the league, the game started to change. More rules started to be implemented. But it was for a short while. Then they went with the whole, okay, these are the rules, this is what we're going to stick by for a while. Then they started changing them more. Like, I can't tell you who the next step was, but I can say that it was also things started to change. The league started to change. They started to give them more space. Then we started seeing more ankles being broke. We went through the whole and one phase of we're not good enough to play for the league, but we have the dribbles. We have the moves. So we had that, we had that piece of the culture. Then it went from that to basically, I don't know what was in between, but then it led to where we are now.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, like from my perspective,
because I stopped watching it 2004. So
take a walk with me. So when Jordan first came into the league, it was him playing on a level that nobody had ever seen before. So, not to mention that the league that he was coming into, a lot of the real greats, they were getting older. They could still bang, but they were getting older. And Jordan was relentless in the way he was trying to get better. When you have a influence like that, and like if you look at the way the NBA was back then, it wasn't really watched until Jordan came into the league.
Yeah, he was the staple of selling tickets.
Yeah, but if you pay attention, when Jordan came into the league, that was when the NBA started pushing for professional basketball players to compete in the Olympics and not college players.
So I got a question for you. Do you feel like Vince Carter's career legacy is more what would you say? Is more of a staple to the league? I think that's the wrong word.
More innovative?
More impactful.
More impactful, okay.
To the league than Jordan's was?
No, it was not.
And why? Because I'm going to give you the reasons why I feel like he is kind of like a slightly bit higher, but it's not much, because Vince Carter has nowhere near as many rings as Jordan.
This ain't got nothing to do with championships. Jordan's impact on the league, him and Dominique Wilkins, nobody wanted to be high flyers until we seen those two compete in that dunk contest and play above the rim throughout their careers.
Okay, so
that inspires a Vince Carter.
Yeah. Oh, that's without a doubt. That is without a doubt. But I'm saying the stamp that Vince Carter put down onto the league was longevity.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because he played with the Jordan.
Yeah.
Even though it was like at the end of the Jordan, where he was with the Wizards and he couldn't even dunk the ball, but he was still there.
But here's the other thing you got to take into consideration. The NBA didn't become an international platform until Jordan stepped on that court.
That's true. But taking into consideration of what Vince Carter put in there, he put in there the fact that these young guys can really do a long period of time in this league without all of the hurt and the pain. Because, I mean, he's outplayed his cousin, T-Mac, who is, to me, is just as good as Kobe. People may feel differently, but T-Mac and Kobe was like hand in hand. Kobe just executed better.
Kobe's drive was different.
Yeah, but like, T-Mac had the work ethic.
Not compared to Kobe. Not compared to Kobe.
I mean,
like,
T-Mac and Kobe was like one of the...
If you talking work ethic, not compared to Kobe.
Because didn't T-Mac go out off of injuries?
Yeah, T-Mac had injuries.
And but Kobe didn't have injuries until late in his career. That when the injuries came, it took him out as well.
But Kobe actually bounced back from his injuries. T-Mac didn't.
True.
But even still, that don't even make a point, to be honest. Like, when the thing that was held over Tracy McGrady's head, which is what I was about to say, you can have the game, but the personality, if the personality don't fit the game, you won't have many accomplishments.
But this is the point I argue with that. Is the fact that the beginning of Tracy McGrady's career, he was a shadow behind his cousin Vince Carter. Now,
Kobe didn't say that.
Oh, definitely, because remember, Vince Carter had Tracy McGrady as the assistant in the dunk contest that he won over Kobe. But T-Mac, I want to say he averaged more than Vince Carter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. T-Mac was an ISO player.
Exactly. And Kobe was an ISO player, but he had Shaq. And you're not gonna outball Shaq. Like, Shaq was Kobe's Vince Carter. When you look at it, even though they wasn't related, but when you look at the whole, like, output of the whole thing, Shaq was Kobe's Vince Carter, in my eyes. Because, like, where am I going with this? Okay, so, it wasn't like those two niggas came up with a ring. But back then you couldn't really mention Vince Carter without mentioning Tracy McGrady. And at that same time you couldn't mention Kobe without Shaquille O'Neal. But Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe, they mesh better.
See, so here's the thing about with I don't know. Maybe it's because I looked at it differently. I don't know if it is
because I was a Kobe hater for a long time until he fucked his ankle up. His ankle up is like, damn, like this nigga did so much. Like, nigga, I was hating on him. I was literally hating on a motherfucker that had the skill, and I shouldn't have been hating on him. I should have been embracing him, but I was always an Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Iverson guy.
So, like, the thing with the Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, like, with me, they both were impactful, but But being on the same team, it just wasn't gonna work. Because of the way
that show, that motherfucking show, just off the simple fact of when Vince Carter left.
But it's gotta be, I was getting ready to say, it's gotta be some truth to it. Because they got Tracy McGrady went to Orlando and Vince Carter remained in Toronto.
Keep talking.
So, like, when it comes to the thing with the Kobe and Shaq thing, though, where you can't mention Kobe without mentioning Shaq.
What up?
Like, with me, or not even with me, at that time, Kobe was a young player. He was still in his first couple years in the league. He hadn't established his game yet. He was still taking advice from Jordan.
You ain't a true drinker until you goddamn spill your liquor.
Ain't that a bitch? That's money on the floor.
That's right.
But
yeah, but you know, well, okay, so that's where my disconnect come in, because when I speak about T-Mac, I speak about Orlando Magic's T-Mac, not Toronto. Orlando Magic's T-Mac was a completely different kind of beast. That is the same beast I speak of when I speak on Carmelo Anthony.
But he didn't. T-Mac in Orlando, just like throughout his career, he didn't have that real leadership trait. He didn't have what was needed to
go ahead
to be a leader of a franchise. And on top of that,
let me hit that one more time.
You got a franchise that's not really bringing much to the table for you to work with either. Now, could that be because of you being an iso ball type of player? So they feel they need to space the floor around you for when you draw double teams and triple teams? That could be the case.
Yeah,
could it be because the organization just does not want to work around. They don't want to bring another person in. They think that they can just do it with you. It could be. That could be the case.
Yeah, because at that time, they wasn't structuring their teams around how they do now. Like they tried to. They tried to structure the team around Jordan. They tried to structure the team around, like, you know, motherfucking shit.
But that team...
They jumped straight to LeBron. Like, they didn't structure teams around players until they hit LeBron after Jordan.
No, they did. They did structure teams around players.
They did structure teams around fucking because David Robinson and Tim Duncan. They structured the team around the Spurs like that because the Spurs went on a long time.
Hold on. Now the Spurs is different. The Spurs is different. They were drafting players that already fit the philosophy that they wanted to fulfill.
Because they had the fundamentals down. And how many
because why else would you think about this? Why else would you already have David Robinson and then bring in Tim Duncan? You don't bring in Tim Duncan to work alongside David Robinson. You bring him in to replace him. And you let veteran David Robinson mold him into that big that you want him to be. And then when he steps down, this man slides right into place.
Right into place.
So that the Spurs were different from the rest because they already had their philosophy. They just needed the guys to execute their philosophy. In Chicago was already building around Jordan, and once they got Pippen and they got rid of Doug Collins, they didn't want to build around Jordan anymore. They wanted to build a team.
And you know who that remind me of? The 2003 Pistons, when they stopped trying to build around Ben Wallace and fucking Chauncey Billups, and they was like, oh, we have a team with Tayshaun Prince and Rip Hamilton. We need to bring in Rasheed motherfucking Wallace.
I don't think they built that team with the intentions of building around Chauncey Billups.
That was an accident.
Yeah, that was a total. I tripped and fell and landed in a gold mine type bullshit.
Nigga, because the way we synchronized was the aggression of the old Bulls and the defense of the Spurs. And we ended up landing in a space we will never get back to. Because we had offense and defense. And we built a team so motherfucking good, and then we fucked that shit up come 2005 when Ben Wallace got the cover of NBA 2K. We fucked that shit up. Because then, now we're losing players. Who was the first to go out of that fucking all-star lineup?
Ben Wallace.
Wait a minute. On top of that, didn't we have a classic motherfucking Lindsey Hunter at the time?
Yeah,
coming off the bench? Lindsey Hunter was a fucking vet.
Lindsey Hunter was back and forth between teams. A lot of people don't realize, like, that motherfucker got rings, nigga. Like, Lindsey Hunter won a ring with the fucking Lakers. Then the following year came to the Pistons and beat the Lakers and won a ring. And then the nigga went to the Spurs and then won a ring with the Spurs. Like, this nigga's all over the place.
Was on his Robert Ory shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where this whole conversation came about, was the fact that when it comes to going on talent, if you try to put rings in the situation, like, you can't do that. Because
you can't.
Because George Foreman, what's his nigga name? Charles Barkley,
right,
is a legend without a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Williams, White Chocolate, did he have a ring?
Not that I know
of. Chris Webber, did Chris Webber get a ring with San Antonio? Because
I think so.
That's when he was doing his best.
He wasn't with San Antonio though. He was where was he?
Yeah, because he played with White Chocolate.
No, that was Sacramento.
Who the fuck is San Antonio? Oh, that's the Spurs. Sacramento. Then you have, now you want to travel. Then we have King and Martin, fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
And who did he start out with? Jason Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get a ring?
I think they did.
Did they with the New Jersey Nets?
Yeah, I think they did get a ring with the Nets. Because I remember there was a year that they beat us to get to the finals. I don't know if they... I can't remember if they won.
That's when they played the Lakers.
Did they play the Lakers? I think they did. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's with Shaq and Kobe. Guess who won that?
But here's the thing about all them players that you named and the trait that they are missing when it comes to the players that we're talking about who have won rings.
Yeah.
The LeBron, the Kobe, the Jordan. It's that leadership.
Yeah, because it's a goddamn shame that we had motherfucking what's his name, Darko.
Darko ain't shit.
He ain't motherfucking shit. But as soon as he left the Pistons, he got a ring.
He got a ring with the Pistons.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. His rookie year, we won.
Did we?
Yeah.
That was when
rookie year 2003. He remember that's LeBron's year. LeBron's draft year is 2003.
I could have sworn he didn't win a ring until he left.
No, he won a ring with us.
He must have been on the bench.
Because LeBron got drafted in 2003. That makes it the 2004 finals.
And that was Darko Milicic.
Darko was number 2. He won a ring with us. We didn't get rid of him before the playoffs. Okay. He has a ring with us.
Okay, so then, because I'm thinking about 2003, man, that motherfucking, that draft, like we passed up Dwayne Wade, Carmelo
and Chris
Bosh, Wade, Anthony, LeBron. We passed up all these people for Milicic.
LeBron is the only one that we did not. He was picked before we got the chance. LeBron is the only one
because we had what, like number 2, number 3.
We had the number 2 pick.
Yeah, and
Cleveland had number 1.
Right, look. So this is what brings my point full circle with LeBron. Because he got drafted to a team that won 23 games before he was drafted. The year he was drafted, he took them to the finals. And y'all trying to tell me
No, he didn't. Because we won the finals.
2004.
Yeah. He came. If he gets drafted 2003, the finals is the following year.
Yeah, that's what, because 2003 is when we got.
It took him 6 years to get to the finals.
No, no.
Yeah, it took him 6 years. Actually, no. I think it took him 7 years. Because his first finals, he got swept by the Spurs.
Man, I'm about to pull it up.
He got swept by the Spurs. Then after that, he left and went to Miami.
Go ahead, keep talking.
So, we won when LeBron got drafted, 2003 draft. 2004 finals, we win that finals. 2005 finals, we lose that finals to the Spurs. The 2006 finals, I can't remember. But I know it took him like 6 or 7 years because him and Jordan's careers are very fucking similar. Very similar. First finals appearance.
3-6.
That's his record in the finals. 3-6.
So it wasn't his first.
Well, actually, no. He just won his 4th.
It was his first 3 years. Not his first 6. So LeBron James is 3-6 in the finals, right?
What year did he lose to the Spurs?
I don't know. I just wanted to see the finals records.
Because it wasn't his first 3 years.
You see what I mean? So when I type in Michael Jordan finals, they don't tell you. When I type in his record, they won't tell you his record. They want to tell you how many times did Michael Jordan lose the finals and shit like that. Michael Jordan lost the finals 6 times out of 8 times. So that means he went 2-8, right? LeBron, yeah, because it says
Jordan never made
Michael
the finals.
Jordan has been to the finals 6 times.
And he's won 6 times.
He's lost the NBA finals. He was knocked out of the playoffs 9 times. LeBron James has been to the finals 8 times.
You're reading that wrong.
I sure did.
Yeah, you're reading that wrong.
Look, okay, so it's a...
So yeah, his LeBron's, it was like the first 3 or 4 years. Because LeBron's first finals appearance was 07.
So I'm about to read it exactly how it say. How many times did Michael Jordan lose the finals? Michael Jordan has been to the finals.
He has never lost
times.
a finals.
No, he hasn't lost it. He's been to the finals 6 times. He has never lost the NBA finals. His team was knocked out of the NBA playoffs 9 times. So that means he lost in the playoff. He lost the first 3.
Jordan lost the first 7 years of his career.
Right.
LeBron, remember they 3-peated, he came back and they lost no, they only lost once.
LeBron James has been to the finals 8 times. How many rings do LeBron got? 4?
3. 4.
So
9 times. He has been to the finals 9 times.
So Jordan has a higher percentage.
Yeah.
In the finals as LeBron, because LeBron is 50%, Jordan is 100%. But Jordan has lost 3 times. So when it comes to like the statistics, Jordan is at 3/4. LeBron is at 1/2.
What?
Because Jordan went to the finals 6 times. He won all 6 times. But he went to the finals 9 times. So
he went to the playoffs 9 times.
Playoffs. Right, because
and lost.
Those first 3 he was knocked out. Round 1.
Jordan went 7 years straight without winning the championship. Wait, let me make sure I got that right. He came in 84. He won his first championship in 91.
84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. You were right on point. 7 years. So I will take that 50% over that 100 just off the simple fact of you have 7 years of losing.
I'd rather take the 100. I have 6 championships.
Yeah, but like yeah, you got 6 championships, but those first 7 years was you grinding.
Yeah.
That was you grinding. That wasn't you doing it by yourself.
The first 7 years is you doing it by yourself.
Yeah, but LeBron, he had the first year, he was knocked out, right?
Yeah, he got swept.
And then he had 3 years where he was in there, but he was by himself, but he was going up against a team that had the Warriors. He was going up against the Warriors. He lost, what was that, 2 years back-to-back to the Warriors?
Nah, he ain't lose back. Yeah, it was 2 years. Never mind. Yes, it was. It was 2 years.
And the Warriors had a 2003-2004 Pistons upgraded team.
No, they didn't. That team, what the Warriors had was what the Warriors were more like the Bulls because they had an offense that worked specially for them.
Well, okay, yeah. I could go with that because they did beat the Bulls.
When we won off defense. The Warriors, even though they had good defenders, the Warriors won off pure offensive capability.
You wouldn't put it to their defense?
No, I wouldn't put it to their defense. You want to know why? Because scoring threes is more efficient than scoring twos. And when your opponent is scoring 2 points,
you're right.
If I take 10 shots and I'm scoring 3 points a shot, and you're taking 10 shots and you're scoring 2 points a shot, I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have more points than you.
A lot more.
That's the way that the Warriors were dominant, the way that they were, and they had stretches. You have to beat the Warriors at that time. Teams have to be beaten in stretches. So, like, you could be down 20 points and still be in the game. Back in 2004, if you was down 20 points, the game was over.
Yeah.
The game was over. But in this league now, 20 points ain't shit to be down. Bitch, you gotta be beating me by 30, 40.
Where these 3-pointers ain't gonna fucking matter.
I watched the Warriors literally play a whole half where they only scored 49 points and then turned around in the third quarter and scored 50. They outscored a whole half of scoring in 1 quarter.
Yeah.
What the Warriors were doing, it's unfair. LeBron losing to the Warriors, I don't hold that to LeBron.
Hell no.
That was, bro, who was really gonna beat the Warriors
at that point in time? Yeah, nobody.
When they did beat the Warriors, the way that they beat the Warriors was defensively. And it wasn't even fully defensively. What they did was they forced the Warriors to shoot twos versus shooting the threes that they always shoot.
Yep.
It wasn't even like you limited their shots. They still took the same amount of shots. They were just worth 2 points versus being 3 points.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the whole thing of, here's the thing about, this is why I don't bring the championships into it, because neither one of them won a finals on their own. Neither one of them won a finals on their own.
But when you say,
in the history of the league, only 2 players have ever carried a team to the finals on their own, and that is LeBron James and Allen Iverson.
Yes. You're goddamn right.
Them two are the only ones to carry a team on their own to a finals.
Iverson had...
And Iverson has the upper hand in that debate because at least he got a win.
This nigga had Eric Snow. Nigga. Mutombo was doing his motherfucking thing. Everybody else was falling Fugazi, Ratliff.
Iverson was scoring like 28 points a game. The next highest scorer was like 12. And that was Aaron McKee.
Dog.
It was Aaron McKee.
This nigga Iverson was leading the league in scoring with broke ankles, wrists, arms, legs.
That nigga had more injuries than Michael Jackson.
Dog. This nigga had more goddamn injuries than a little bit. And was leading the league in scoring. Come on, man. That's why that's why I feel like Steve Francis should have got a motherfucking ring. But you know what? It's not about work ethic. It's not about it's the team around you. It's been a lot of greats that got swept under the rug that didn't fucking get a ring.
And this is where I say, nigga, you need to look at that Last Dance to understand how Jordan motivated, how that team was motivated. Because Jordan did do some motivating. What happened?
No, like, I'm looking at you, but you looking at your shoulder.
So Jordan did do a lot of motivating, like getting that team up. Mm-hmm. But that team, the Bulls team as a whole, everybody was on one accord. everybody had the same mindset.
That's San Antonio.
Nah, what Jordan did on that team was, if you were not on that mindset, his job, him and Scotty's job, was to get you into that mindset. If you ain't, we have a standard here. If you're not gonna live up to that standard, you can get the fuck off our team.
So I got a question, because now Jordan, he swung on Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
He, you know what I'm saying? He went on and got off.
Right.
On some other shit.
Your phone got a low battery.
It's cool.
It stopped recording, I think. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
we good.
Now, do you feel like they would have got as many rings as they would have if Dennis Rodman wouldn't have showed up?
Take any one of them out of there between Scotty, Dennis Rodman, and Jordan, they are not winning a ring. To answer your question, yes. I don't believe they would have, or no, they would not have gotten a ring without Dennis Rodman. Because Dennis Rodman did the dirty work that nobody else on the team would do.
Dennis Rodman did the work of the team he fucking came from. The bad boys. The whole reason why Jordan didn't fuck with us. That's the whole reason why Chicago and Detroit had the beef. Because Dennis Rodman did the fucking dirty work.
Yep.
Dennis Rodman played for both of us.
Yep.
And Dennis Rodman was a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Don't Dennis Rodman run a whole country right now behind politics?
Nah, I don't know about all that.
No. He got kicked out of a whole country behind politics. That's what it was. This nigga, he finessed his way up to leadership in a whole fucking country. Let alone a basketball team. Dennis Rodman was a different breed of nigga. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, Dennis Rodman fucked with all the legendary teams. He went to the Spurs.
Yep.
He went to Chicago. He went to
Detroit.
Detroit.
Didn't win with the Spurs though.
But I'm saying,
because he was with the Spurs before he went to Chicago.
And the nigga was a fucking monster.
And
you know what? Dennis Rodman is the goat out of all these niggas. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I was also gonna say this too. They also have, if I'm not mistaken, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna fact check it first.
Don't even fact check it, nigga. Throw that shit out there, nigga. Fuck that. If you don't agree, comment.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Dennis Rodman only got 3 of those rings.
Oh, no. You ain't gotta fact check that. That's for sure. That's for motherfucking sure. And this
because I believe he only got 5.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman, he didn't get all of the rings because they couldn't put him in a box.
Yep. It's the 2 years with the Pistons and then the 3-peat with the Bulls.
He couldn't.
The second 3-peat.
You can't put Dennis Rodman in a motherfucking box. Dennis Rodman stood as a man of his own from the beginning to the motherfucking end. From the motherfucking crazy hair to the youth calling him gay, thinking he gay, and he marrying Carmen Electra, and all of the motherfucking, all of that shit. Dennis Rodman, he was the staple. He was the face. Put him on the logo. Dennis Rodman, it's the underdogs that did that shit. It's the underdogs that did that shit. Motherfucking, come on, man. Niggas is still to this day don't give Dwayne Wade the respect he deserves. They want to talk about his thigh tattoo. They want to talk about his son being the LGBTQ, AAAQ, whatever the fuck.
I ain't all them alphabets.
They want to put him. They want to talk everything about except what the fuck he did. This nigga was what? 24? No, he wasn't even 24. What was he, like 21? Some shit like that. Banging on veterans in the league. But at the same time, nigga who was right there by his side, the same nigga that was by Kobe's side, the nigga Shaq. All this shit, man, that shit rotate around. It's like the greats are gonna be the greats. Oh, and for the record, Shaq feet is fucked up.
I'm dead.
This nigga feet is fucked up. I seen them toes. He posted that video. I seen them toes. Him and LeBron feet is fucked up, but that come from hard work, dedication, and championships. Hey,
so, I got a question.
Good, thank you, because I was about to say some shit that was so fucked up, nigga.
So, you on the side of LeBron over Jordan?
I wouldn't say that, because if I say that, that would be going by my bias. Because
I wouldn't argue it.
No. But my bias is the fact of the things I don't like about Jordan has nothing to do with basketball. So, as far as when it comes down to the court, I learned this from getting over my bias with Kobe. When it comes down to the court, Jordan did his motherfucking thing. He put down the fucking he put down the goddamn icon. He's the logo. He put down the motherfucking he did his goddamn thing when it comes to the court.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal feelings, that ain't got shit to do with the skill.
Mm-hmm.
That it is so much as far as the skill goes that I can't take nothing from his ass. And it's the same thing with Kobe. I spent a lot of time hating on Kobe. I will be the first to say I spent a lot of time hating on Kobe. And it had nothing to do with the basketball. It didn't even have nothing to do with the whole rape allegation. It was just the fact that I didn't like Kobe because I felt like he was a gatekeeper to Allen Iverson's success. And I felt like Allen Iverson should have walked through those gates as well as Kobe did. But the public and the media didn't allow it. Allen Iverson fought tooth and nail to get into the league. It was either, nigga, if you don't make it in this league, you about to do prison time. Because of the whole fucking shit that happened at the bowling alley when really they rushed you out of that bitch. Where you didn't have nothing to do with that shit. To the way the referees was cheating for the Lakers at the time. Everybody knew in order to beat the Lakers at that point in time, you have to beat the refs. We went through that. The refs just couldn't stop us from scoring those buckets. But they can call bullshit motherfucking calls during the game to try to make it a close game. But if we didn't have to go against the refs and the talent, as far as talent we had it sold up, we would have swept the Lakers. If it wasn't for, because it's kind of weird that the fact that every game we lost during the finals against the Lakers, it was a home game.
We didn't lose no home games.
No, we didn't lose home games, but the one time we did lose a home game during those finals, it was at the Lakers' house.
Yeah, that was expected though.
Because everybody knew we had to go against the officials and the talent.
Well, if you go back and look at that game, the Lakers, because it was game one.
Yeah, but what it is when it comes to the playoffs, we've all seen how the playoffs go.
Yeah.
The home games, the away team have to adapt to the officials. If you don't, you're gonna get.
You gotta do that every game. You gotta do that every game. I recently learned that. You gotta do that every game.
That's recently. I haven't watched this shit in 15 years?
Like I've been picking up because I'm getting more into the technical side of basketball and football. I learned that a part of the game, the referees are part of the game plan.
Yeah.
So like you have to do that every game. But if you look at game 1 that we lost, the Lakers came out with high energy.
Yeah.
They came out with high energy. They were moving the ball. The way they played in that game, they played very well. We just weren't knocking down the games that we later won. It was us knocking down the shots that we didn't make in game 1.
But look, what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna take game 1 away from them at them being at home and them having the energy. But game 4, because we did game 1 there, 2.
The way the format was back then, game 1 and 2 in LA, game 3, 4, and 5 were in Detroit.
If we didn't win game 2 off of beating the officials, we wouldn't have won that championship, because we won the final game at home and the next game was away.
Yeah, because I didn't expect them to win that series. I didn't expect the Pistons to win that series.
Me and you both.
Because, I was just following the pattern.
I was following the officials.
I was following the pattern. Because it started off with us almost making the playoffs. Then we made the playoffs, but we got bounced in the first round.
And then we got fucking halfway through that next season, we got Sheed. And then, but look at this.
No, you too early. Because we got bounced in the first round. After that, we got bounced in the second round. Then we got bounced in the third round. Then we got Sheed and won it all.
Yeah, because look, this is what I say with Sheed though. With Sheed, we got him halfway through the season?
Yeah, before the trade deadline.
Yeah, we got him halfway through the season. After we got him, we went undefeated. We went unfucking defeated. We got bounced out of the playoffs, but
we didn't. When we got Sheed, we did not get bounced out. We won everything. We won it all when we got Sheed.
I could have sworn we didn't win it all until the next year.
No, we won it all when we got Sheed.
But, I mean, hey, I'm wrong, but at the same time, look at it. When we got Sheed, that shit was just, he was that missing link to Tayshaun, Rip, Billups, and Wallace. He was that fucking missing link. That will always be, like when I say I'm a Pistons fan, that's what Pistons I'm talking about. It's not the bad boys. Yeah, hell yeah, I fuck with Joe D, nigga, motherfucker, all them niggas. But, no. That one, I was old enough and I sat and I watched those games.
Yeah, the Pistons.
Go ahead.
Shit, hometown favorite. I'm always be a hometown fan. Well, actually, nah, I'm not so much now because I feel like them motherfuckers in their front office is screwy as shit. But that's a whole nother conversation. But like when it comes down to winning championships, no team, no player can win a championship on their own. You gotta have a foundation. You gotta have a group of guys. They all gotta be locked in. That's why when motherfuckers talk about certain teams, like motherfuckers talk about Chicago, Chicago was locked in. Everybody was locked in, and they all wanted to win. And not only that, they had an offense that was introduced to them that gave everyone a chance to show what they can do. And they put everybody, the triangle offense put everyone in position to be great.
Facts.
And it took the ball out of Jordan's hands. So he wasn't the only person that you relied on to score.
Facts.
When the triangle offense came in, that's when you seen how great Scottie Pippen was. That's when you seen that Dennis Rodman actually was a decent playmaker. That's when you started to see the way that the Bulls spaced the floor. Nigga, you got drunk hiccups over there.
Hell yeah, I do.
Let me get that lighter over there. But like, that's why when they come to them debates, I don't talk championships. I talk traits and skill set, because a lot of players in the history of this league have had the skill set, but they ain't had the traits. A lot of guys had the traits, but didn't have the skill set.
Let me tell you, when it comes to getting into the league, all of them niggas, every last one of them, I don't give a fuck if you was 4th, 5th string, had the motherfucking skill set. Cause even the lowest payer on the bench is making way more than the average motherfucker. And if they do their money right, can be successful. It don't have to be with the league. And that's just that. Like, that shit is for real. Like, them niggas, they passed that money out. They made it to where they need to make it to put their family in a better position.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But so look, this is a new type of motherfucking cast for y'all. This is the sports corner. We went ahead and kicked it all about sports for, you know, the guys that watching, and, you know, the girls too, like, you know what I'm saying, that's into it. Comment, like, subscribe. We about to go ahead, get this boy up out of there. You know what I'm saying? We landing it. We bringing that bitch back home. Make sure y'all go follow. So you want to talk Instagram. I'm trying to think. I want to say that Twitter is something different, but I'll let y'all know later on down the line what the Twitter name is. But I believe it's So You Want to Talk. It may be different. You know what I'm saying? The Twitter is brand new. So that's what that is. On Facebook, it's Peter Hilton. Make sure you go follow that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to follow. You want to put your Facebook out there?
Hell no. Don't put my Facebook out there.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram.
On Instagram is _boy.
I don't remember. We'll put the link in the description.
We'll put the link in the description, but I believe it's boy. It's an underscore in there. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to follow us, all of that good shit, man. We wrapping this little show up. That's good, man. We got some time up out of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's all we came here to do. We hope y'all enjoy this little sports section. You know what I'm saying? This for the, you know what I'm saying, niggas in the sports. I'm not really into sports, you know what I'm saying? I'm into the battle rap leagues and all of that good shit.
Oh, I'm there with that too, shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all of that shit go hand in hand. It's the WWF. You know, Vince McMahon. He did this. And
oh man, that's crazy. We could have touched on that. We gotta touch on that one day.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been watching a lot of wrestling shit.
See, I haven't been watching anything, but all of this stuff, you know,
not no recent shit.
You gonna see more episodes as far as the sports corner go, man. We gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make sure y'all advise with all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all watching the show. We appreciate y'all. Like what I said, man, we've been doing real good as far as the yearly aspect been going. Like I want to say next weekend, me and Sav, we got a yearly wrap up coming up that we're gonna do an episode with that. And you know, we got some stuff. You know, he got some stuff that's in the works that we gonna get to touching on and all of that good stuff. So you know, make sure y'all follow us, like us, subscribe us. Stay tuned to, you know, 2021 is gonna be a different kind of monster.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a different kind of monster because now we in this thing. We in this boy. We got the new studio popping. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be seeing new guests in here. I'm working on new trailers to pull out. We doing ads. We doing all of that good stuff. And the ads, you know, right now we started off. So the ads is basically gonna be promoting us because before we can get the next motherfucker to want to put money behind us, we got to put the money behind us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to put these ads out here. We got to get y'all in tuned and wanting to see what the fuck we talking about. We gonna do all of that good shit, man. We gonna have some ratchet episodes, man. We gonna have, you know, you gonna see a little bit more people you ain't seen in a while. We gonna do all of that. And you know, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I've been slipping on the trailers. I ain't did the trailer for the last two episodes, but you know, I'm in the process of doing some old other stuff. So the trailers come out, that's gonna be just to watch the show, man. And I'm still gonna let y'all know new episodes are coming out. So right now we got the deadline on Wednesdays and Fridays. That's when I plan on trying to stick to it on dropping these. This one right here, y'all may not see it till Friday, but you know what? Hey, we in this thing. We doing this thing. Y'all here with us. Stay with us. You know what I mean? And then if this ain't for you, hey, go watch something else. And then, you know, still like, share, subscribe. You know, help us get out there. You know what I'm saying? Look, we ain't doing much. We doing what we do. We not trying to copy nobody's format. We not trying to do none of that. This is our format. This is our motherfucking platform. And also, if you want to be a guest on the show, if you have a private, you know, a cell phone business, you want to come on and promote, and you want to come on and do an hour and talk about what you got going on and all this other stuff, and you want to get some stories off and some conversations and all of that other good shit, inbox me at Peter Hilton on Facebook. So you want us to talk _ on Instagram. If you got my number, you got my number. Text me. All of that good shit. I got some stuff in the works to where you don't have to necessarily come to the studio. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. Hit me up. We willing to work on all
supposed to tell them that.
I'm just
I'm just bullshitting.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, it don't necessarily have to be within the means of you having to get out and get about. You could be a very busy person. Contact the podcast. We'll be sure to get out whoever we can get out and all of that. And we hope it make y'all you know, the thing y'all been striving for. I hope it brings y'all the following, the motherfucking, the fortunes that you've been striving for. Just like, share, subscribe, and get back with us. And we out this bitch.
Marijuana is like a part of my system. Every day I inhale, I exhale. I'm trying to start a religion. I started a mission. Solo, I'm traveling with stealth. More than 16 balls from me. I hesitate to help. My savages are melt. You niggas lyrically, you'll be the only one feeling you like you battling yourself. It's useless, face it. You'll never make it big time. You wanna wait and listen, plus you standing on a bitch line. It'll take you more than 12 years just to get mine, and you'll have to break Poe out, nigga, to get shine. Do not enter, it's a big sign right outside the city of North, just to let you know the shit's mine. Play your position when you come round, or hear my semi-automatic sound, something like a drum sound. That Cali boy, he run round, like it got me hallucinating, thinking my throat was trying to pull my tongue down. Marijuana's in my lungs.
Damn, we ain't got the lugs for it. We ready?
The tracks, cause awesome raw nigga.
Everything live right now.
Flip a toss, pip up in the air. I'm a 4-4 grip with 4 pistols in a pair of twin Mac 11s. I take a trip to hell for the flame, light my blunt, but then back to heaven. I flip that in seconds, a big pack of weapons. And on my menu, I don't think my Big Mac is second. Nah.
Let's get it.
What up, what up, what up, nigga? Hey, look, we back with part 2, kicking it with Jones. You know what I'm saying? Jones back in this bitch.
Back in it, beat.
You know what I'm saying? So now we gonna get on a little sports talk. We gonna get on a little bit more talk, all that good shit. We still in this motherfucker. Yeah, we still talking, but this probably ain't going on. We still talking, nigga. We gonna go ahead, rock this motherfucker out the way we supposed to. I done fucked around and jumped on a cigar with this nigga, man. But so look, I ain't check out the whole what the fuck was it called? After the Music, or whatever the fuck that shit was. The Last Dance.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? You say you fucked with it. You checked it out, man. Only thing I know is that, like, you know, it seemed like to me that Pippen was trying to get the pressure off the bullshit his wife was doing that weekend. Then he come out with this little, you know what I'm saying, this little statement that kind of like shifted the media. What you got to say about that?
So like when it come to the whole situation with Pippen and shit, like what he was saying as far as when he spoke to Jordan about how he felt about the shit, I don't think that he was doing it to take light off of his own situation, because what he was saying, from what I've seen so far, it is pretty true. Like, because if you read the article, he was saying, like, you know, he didn't like the documentary because it seemed like it was more about Michael Jordan and his last year versus it being about the team and the team philosophy.
But the reason I say that is off the simple fact of every time they talk about the Bulls, they make it as if Michael Jordan was doing what LeBron was doing. And that wasn't the case.
Now, what you say LeBron was doing, like, what you mean by that?
LeBron didn't have a whole all-star team, basically, because you had Jordan, you had Rodman, you had Tony Kukoc, you had, not Steve Kerr. What was his name?
Well, Steve Kerr is one of the guys.
Oh, Steve Kerr was the point guard.
Yeah, I think he was actually a shooting guard, but
well, they had Jordan under shooting guard. Who was their center? Because we had
Luke Longley.
We had Longley at center. Mm-hmm. We had Rodman at power forward. We had Pippen at small forward. We had Jordan at shooting forward. We had
Ron Harper at point guard.
Ron Harper, and who was the other point guard? Steve Kerr, right?
The other point guard I think with them was B.J. Armstrong.
It was fucking Armstrong. Kerr was coming off the bench.
Yeah, Kerr was coming off the bench. Armstrong was too. Ron Harper was they starting point guard.
Exactly.
Because he was the same. He was 6'6" like Jordan was.
Yeah, but the thing was with Jordan, it made the point guard non-existent.
Not entirely. With it was actually with Pippen. Pippen was the one who made the point guard position kind of non-existent because he was the facilitator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the facilitator. Like, motherfuckers talk about the way LeBron play now. Pippen was already doing that.
Exactly.
Like, motherfuckers don't realize, like, Pippen's story is the motherfucker was like 6'1" when he started playing, and then over a summer he grew 5 inches.
Yeah, and the other story is the fact that Jordan was getting kicked out of the playoffs first round until Pippen got there.
Yeah, he was.
Never. People don't bring that up. They always want to talk about, oh, well, Jordan got 6 rings. Robert Horry got more rings than Jordan.
But Robert Horry is also a role player.
Exactly. But, you know, but that's what they try to use to try to deflect the situation of, as far as, you know, LeBron being so good, is they want to bring up, well, Jordan got 6 rings. But at the same time, if that was the case, nigga, it's a lot of people in the league that got more rings than Jordan.
Nah, I don't really get into the whole the GOAT debate, but like when it comes to comparing LeBron and Jordan, well, for starters, I'm gonna just give my whole opinion on comparing LeBron to Jordan. It's no comparison. Their roles on the team was different. They were asked to do different things.
And not only that, it's 2 different times with 2 different actual league experiences.
Yeah. Like, so when you talk about LeBron being better than Jordan, I find it like me, because I'm a big Jordan fan, I don't argue it, but I find it very hard to give it to him when you consider the way that basketball is played today versus the way basketball was played when Jordan came into the league. Me personally, I think that you shouldn't compare the two because their careers are very similar. They both was getting knocked out in the first round in the beginning of their careers. LeBron had a little bit more success in the beginning.
I was about to say, LeBron ain't never been knocked out in the first round.
We knocked him out in the first round.
The Pistons?
Yeah, we knocked him out in the first round.
His rookie year.
Yeah, we knocked him out multiple years.
Okay, so now you getting me. Okay, we're cooking with grease. What's going on? Let's get to the meat and potatoes of that.
But like, again, with LeBron, the way that the game is played today you have a lot more space. As an offensive player, you have a lot more space to work with.
Yes, we do. Yes, you do.
Back in the day,
one more time.
Back in the day, you didn't have that space.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to be a little bit more creative. Not to take away from LeBron to say that, you know, he couldn't. I ain't taking nothing away from him.
No, because a lot of old heads, even though we consider old heads at this point in time in our life, but a lot of old heads, they say the league has gotten soft.
I don't think the league has gotten soft. Like, well, what they used to is toughness is what made you great.
Yeah,
back
I
then.
mean, what we not gonna do is not say that Jordan is the reason why the league has shifted the way it did, and that was because of Jordan's complaints.
We got an SD card full.